Hey everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going on to Bitcoin. Bigger the CoinsKid crew. So the two top dogs in the market, we need to pay attention to what both of these are doing, because if Ethereum's looking bearish, Bitcoin will follow suit. If Bitcoin's looking bearish, Ethereum follow suit, so on and so forth. Now the thing with these projects, the altcoins, what I've said to you before, Bitcoin, it'll ramp up, okay, take off into space, go sideways, the altcoins catch up, but when they do catch up, they ramp up even more. But the trouble is, when Bitcoin corrects very minimally, 5%, 10%, whatever, usually these altcoins, especially Ethereum, they'll correct twice as hard, basically, okay? So they ramp up more and then they correct more. Really as simple, okay? So, one of the key indicators here is the market capitalization. At the moment, just there, the total market cap for the entire crypto space is over 1 trillion, okay? And we've got Ethereum sitting at roughly a fifth of that, and then we've got Bitcoin sitting roughly over half of that. So Bitcoin takes up a lot of this market cap. That's why it doesn't move as volatile as the altcoins. Okay, please remember that Bitcoin is quite stagnant, although it does correct quite viciously and ramps up quite viciously. Do expect the altcoins to be more volatile than Bitcoin, and this is exactly what we see. This is why I say to you, if you are in altcoins, just expect volatility when you're correcting, expect volatility when you're impulsively coming up. This is why it's good to be in altcoins. It's basically, it's a fun ride when you're going up, but it's a nasty ride when you're going down, and it makes you feel like I should be selling and jumping out and things like that. Because if you take a look at some of these coins, we've got XRP, it's down 7.8% in the last week, basically. You've got Polygon down 10% almost. A lot of these coins are just absolutely shit the bed, don't they? These altcoins, we've got another one down there in the past week, Immutable, never even heard of that, to be honest with you. IMX, what's that? That's 4chain down 16%. So if you're buying that ramp up last week and you're 16% down on your investment right now, this is why I always say to you, where we are right now, okay, if you look at the chart to the right, when we're in the floor, and we're driving down and there's fear and depression, this is where you want to be buying, not them ramp ups, not the big green candles. You want to be buying the blood, you want to be buying the fear. But obviously when you're drawing down and you're drawing back, it doesn't feel like an opportunity. And this is something I relay to you on a daily basis, that opportunity never feels like opportunity. So what we try and do in the charts as analysts is spot impulsive and corrective waves. So at the minute, what I think we've got clearly on both of these charts at the moment anyway is 5 waves up from last year. Okay, so we've got a clean 5 waves for Bitcoin, we've got a clean 5 waves for Ethereum, and since April of this year, both of these particular projects, the two top dogs that we need to pay attention to, have actually been correcting, and what we've got is zigzag waves coming back. So usually, with impulsive waves, what you do usually see, and I've said this to you many times, we do see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's some kind of zigzag corrective wave back, and then you start to go again. So at the minute with XRP, with Ethereum, and Bitcoin, what we have seen, is 5 waves up. Really simple, respecting that, and then what we're going through right now is a correction. So this particular correction that we're going through, I'm trying my absolute hardest to find the bottom of it. There was a possibility that last month in September was the bottom. Right now we sort of come up a little bit, and right now we're just retracing on both of these projects to that low. So until we lose that low, in my opinion, the bottom could be in, on those particular projects, and we're retracing for the next leg up. So clearly at the moment, the key thing to take on board right now is if Bitcoin comes up and takes its local high out in April, and if Ethereum comes up and takes its local high out in April, you've got a third wave, because it really is that simple. The macro is you come up in a 1, you hit peak in April, you've come back in a 2, and right now you're looking to load a 3. Well, if you come up and take out that, then you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your ABC, your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. So it's respecting the data, it's respecting the charts at the moment. So until we really do start to break down here, then we come up impulsively and correctively on both charts. So what I'll do right now, I'll show you in both charts in comparison. Right now, let's take a look. Look at Bitcoin and Ethereum, then we've got Bitcoin on top and Ethereum on the bottom. So I think there's a correlation in this chart at the moment. It was lost for a minute, November last year, when Ethereum held the June low, but Bitcoin didn't. So yeah, there's your June low, and then Bitcoin obviously lost it. But immediately we got a lovely W bottom pattern, and we broke back up. Okay, so from the bottom in November last year, Ethereum's been a sweet spot for an entry point. Bitcoin lost its low, but from that position last year, when I did say to you on a specific day in the target as well, Bitcoin is up roughly 50%. And from this position last year for Ethereum, which we absolutely nailed on the dollar at cent, around about $900 I think it was that we got in, on that drop just there. It was a beautiful 1618. We're roughly up around about 77%, and then initially we came up massive move, 129%. Okay, so just there, let me show you on Ethereum. For those that don't remember, we're looking at this ABC target, posted this on Twitter. Look, $919, look at that sweet spot, and we've come up off that 1618 ABC right there. Beautiful. So on both charts we've had an ABC correction, in my opinion, an ABC, a regular ABC correction done, ABC correction done, and from that, like I said to you, if you are impulsive coming upstairs, you want to see 5 waves, and that's exactly what we've got here. From this November low on both charts, we've got a 1 2 3 4 5, we've got a 1 2 3 4 5, so we've got some kind of truncation there for Ethereum because of our bullishes. We've seen this on XRP as well. Okay, and again, the altcoins, like I said to you, a little bit more bullish. We've got a little bit more upside and a little bit more volatile than Bitcoin going forward. So if you are looking to obviously make a lot more money with this market, there's obviously high risk to high reward right there. Just please be careful. Obviously some of these altcoins are very volatile, but they are the pick. Basically, you will see your 10x's, your 20x's, your 100x's, your 500x's in some of these coins, and the more you can grab the lower caps with greater potential, the better. But that's a different story. And as this bull run does really kick off, we'll look at some opportunities as well. Okay, but what we're looking at right now for Bitcoin and Ethereum, what we've got is a ramp up 1 2 3 4 5, a ramp up 1 2 3 4 5 from November last year into key resistance. And at the same point here for both charts, we began retracing, didn't we? In April. This is why I think the true impulsive move here for Bitcoin topped in April, and then we topped in April just there for Ethereum. So ever since, we've been in a zigzag correction coming back. We've got zigzag waves coming back here for both charts. Okay, so what I think we're doing right now is having a correction back down to where we came from. So the thing is, with these corrections, anyone can guess where they're going to go. You can go as low as you like, you can go down to $1 higher than where you came from and still actually be bullish, where you come down and you go back up basically. So what I'm looking at right now is I'm trying to find out for you where the low is, where the retracement levels are. I'm doing my best. I see so many people saying, we're going to go 10k, 3k and things like that again, but I'm just respecting the charts. I'm respecting the fact that we've come up in 5 waves on both of these charts. So at the moment I think we're caught in a retracement, a corrective wave coming back, and that's simply what's happening. So again, we could just say, okay, what we'll do, we'll drop the fibs on from the top to the bottom, and all we're doing is retracing, and from the top to the bottom, all we're doing is retracing on both charts to where we came from in the 5 waves. So you can see for Ethereum at the moment, we're tapping the 5.0 fib at the moment, and for Bitcoin, we're not really had a massive retracement, to be honest with you. We've come down to 236. We've not lost this low, so we've not really had any significant, retracement to where we came from for Bitcoin. So it's a case, you got some kind of big irregular ABC correction, and just there, you're still in the C wave. You got some kind of 1, this to 2. You're going to drop in a 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. You're looking at a deeper correction towards the end of the year, which is what I see a lot of analysts looking at. You're looking for a 786 fib retracement at $18,480, which is this basically this God candle breakout just there. This is absolutely possible, and like I said to you, if we lose these lows here, then I'm going to have to project to the downside, and that will be a target of mine, the 786, simply because of the God candle just there. And then again, if we look at Ethereum, we could say, okay, we've got a God candle on 702, so with Ethereum I'll be looking at $1,322 if we start to sweep these lows, and Bitcoin I'll start to project towards $18,000, $18,040 if we start to sweep these lows. But at the minute, there is a reason why both of these charts could have bottomed, and I've shown you this. You've got the 1-to-1 fib extension, you've got time obviously, and you've got 5 waves within this C wave, in this micro C wave of this potential ABC right here, this A, this B, this C. We do have the 1 2 3 4 5, and right now we're coming up looking to retrace and then go. So one thing you could do in both of these charts is really simple. It's not bullshit, it's not hopium, it's simple technical analysis. Instead of potentially catching lower bids or buying here and it going lower and you're getting shaken out and you're selling lower and things like that, you could just be out of the market and wait for something. I know obviously you're not going to get as much Ethereum or as much Bitcoin as you possibly could do, but one thing you could do, to guarantee that appreciation, instead of potentially buying here and catching a falling off and it coming lower and you think, oh shit, it's going to go to 0, and same here coming lower, and you're thinking you're going to lose that low and that, and it doesn't. It comes all the way down and turns a corner, absolute fear and depression down there. One thing you could just wait for is really simple, is wait for that resistance on Bitcoin to be broken, and wait for that resistance for Ethereum to be broken. Why? Because at this point here, after 5 waves up, this retracement, the next move is a wave 3. again, same for this chart, 5 waves up, the retracement you're going through, the next wave up is a wave 3. So you're looking at appreciation once you take out that resistance. So it's an optimal trade, you know, it's respecting the data and respecting resistance, that if this resistance right here is broken, 31711 for Bitcoin, that April high, and equally this April high for Ethereum, you've got a massive appreciation in front of you, because it would be the wave 3, because you've come from 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it really is simple technical analysis, simple respecting the data. You know, if you've got the patience, sit on your hands, exit the market, wait for the break of that resistance to guarantee appreciation instead of potentially catching a falling knife. Obviously, on a daily basis, we try and find, you know, swings, longs, shorts, in and outs, things like that, and trade on a daily basis, make a bit of money. But if you're looking for a sound investment, then, you know, instead of potentially catching this falling knife where it's going to retrace to the, you know, absolute dollar and cent above, you know, and you're going to get shaken out in this big correction that we're going through potentially right now, then just wait for the resistance of the April high on both of these coins to be broken, and that's your entry point, you know. And at that point, you're looking at appreciation in whatever you put in. It really is simple. Okay, and again, obviously you're not going to make as much, but again, you could just look at other opportunities in certain other altcoins that, you know, are in the floor at that point and looking to retrace and come back up anyway. And these two particular top dog coins will be giving the game away. So in essence, what I'm trying to say is, if we break this resistance here, there will be lots of opportunity in altcoins. If we break this resistance here for Ethereum as well, you know, there's going to be lots of opportunity in altcoins. So it really is that simple. Okay, just be patient. At the moment, you know, we're retracing, we've not necessarily lost these lows, and we're retracing, we've not necessarily lost these lows. So there is a ground, there is a reason why that could be the low, and there is a reason why this could be the low right now. So until you lose them, you know, I have to remain cautiously bullish here, that, you know, you've got your ABC in here and we're looking for a break, you've got your ABC zigzag in here and you're looking for a break. But until that day comes, you know, if we start to lose these lows, you will start to see me projecting potentially to the God candle backtest there, and we've got a massive ABC zigzag before continuation. We've got a huge ABC zigzag potentially back into that God candle backtest just there before huge appreciation right there. But again, one thing you could do is wait for the break of that resistance, wait for that break of resistance right there, and then re-enter. Really simple. Okay, so I understand the update. Nothing I say is financial advice. At the moment, nothing has lost any structure or support for my vertical of my wave 3. The S&P 500 is doing okay. We've got the DXY running over. So, you know, patience is key. Hope you enjoyed the update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, on. Bye-bye.